Hello again, and we've got another movie review to do back to back with that one. I realized I never got around to reviewing that Flintstones A Christmas Carol, and boy, there's a lot to unpack here. I've got very conflicted feelings on this one because certain things they actually did pretty well, other things I'm like, why? Just, why does this exist? Why did this seem like a thing that needed to exist? I'm pretty sure it is no accident that this is the final one of the Flintstones Christmas specials, because after this one, I don't think anybody wants another one. No. You know how I said that both the 1964 one and the one from 1993 were a lot better than the one from the 70s? Guess which one that this one more closely aligns with? Yeah, this one's more like the 70s one. Not that into it. Which is rare, because usually different retellings of A Christmas Carol I tend to love, but this one there's so many things that just feel off. And I mean, part of that is no doubt because they are fucking cavemen. And yep, we're doing a Charles Dickens Christmas Carol. Oh, okay, because that makes sense. But because it's the Flintstones, Charles Dickens, because rock puns. Yes. It's like that. Yeah, that pretty much sums up everything in this one. Everything about A Christmas Carol is like Victorian era, and yet they're fucking cavemen. And yet, even though the Victorian era has not happened yet, they're still trying to do it, both with the clothing and with the manner of speaking, and I'm just like, you're making my brain hurt. Stop that. I could forgive the other Christmas specials happening before Christ was even born, and therefore this makes no sense, but this one, literally every single aspect of it makes no sense. Why is this a thing? And of course, we have Fred back to being a total douchebag in this one, just like the 70s one, because now he is all full of himself and egocentric because he's going to work in the theater. He says it so many times, just like that, guys. Like, oh my god. And clearly only his role matters because he is the star and he must become the role of Scrooge, which translates to roughly him being a total asshole to literally everyone in his life, family, everything, on every possible level, and using it as an excuse for it. Because Fred, right? I'm sorry, canonically Fred is not that big of a dick. Like, usually, he puts his family first. So what the actual fuck is this? Not to mention, this came out in 1994, right? Yeah, so the one from 1993, Pebbles is a grown-ass adult with her own babies. Yet 1 year later, we are making a Christmas special where she is once again a literal baby herself. We have traveled back in time. Marty, get the DeLorean. Just what the fuck? Oh god, just everything about it makes no sense. And poor Wilma is trying to hold shit down at home. She's trying to be the stage manager. She's trying to keep track of all the things, but there's also the bedrock bug going around taking people out left and right, and she's having to take over roles left and right to make up for it. Which, boy, that felt like ill timing to watch this during COVID. Like, oh god. I didn't know going into it that plot point was a thing, but, yeah, it felt like really poor timing to be watching this. I was like, I'm having second thoughts, maybe I won't watch it, but then I was like, no, I watched all the other ones, I may as well watch this too. And I'm actually really surprised at just how much traction all of those videos have gotten. So I'm just like, have I tapped into like a niche Flintstones fandom here on YouTube, because, like, if you want me to do more Flintstones content, I will do more Flintstones content for you. If you guys actually want to see that, I will, like, review all of the effing things, if that is a thing you guys want. Let me know. It would not be hard for me. But anyway, yeah, I don't know, it just goes from bad to worse in this one. But on the other hand, their retelling of the tale is actually a lot truer to the original story than a lot of cartoon interpretations. This is something I have noticed with different Hanna-Barbera cartoons, though, when they've attempted A Christmas Carol, that they actually do they go pretty ham on this one. Like, I remember the Mr. Magoo one was the first one I'd actually seen where they really went there on not only showing, like, the ghost of Christmas future, where, like, Scrooge has died. Usually, in cartoon iterations, they just, like, go to the gravesite and show Scrooge his own grave. They usually skip that whole scene where, oh yeah, the people of the town are now, like, looting and pillaging his house, and, like, even stealing the bed sheets off of his dead corpse and stuff. Oh, no! Hanna-Barbera goes there. The first time I saw it, I think, was with the Mr. Magoo special. Is that Hanna-Barbera? I want to say it is. Am I mistaken? I don't know, let me know. But they went there in this, too. They even showed, like, Fred's cold dead toe peeking out. I was like, oh shit, they went there. Oh, okay. And had the whole scene with the villagers taking literally no mercy whatsoever on the fact that he is dead. They're just happy about it and frolicking and shit. Yeah, they went there. And for that, I mean, on one hand, it almost feels inappropriate to include that part in a kid's thing. On the other hand, if the whole intention of doing so many cartoon versions of A Christmas Carol is to teach the story of this story, you know, sometimes it's good to include the grittier scenes from it. So, although I feel conflicted, I kind of have a little respect that they went there. And like I said, a lot of it they were truer to than other versions. Like the Disney version. True to Disney, they water everything down. But like this one, the whole thing with Belle, they went into not just that, oh, this was the only person that he loved, but also that, his love of money won out and she left his ass. They kind of just skirt that under the rug in a lot of other cartoon iterations of it. They like the in love part, they don't like the breakup part so much. They kind of just quickly mention it and run off. This one went there and showed it. This one not only showed it, they even showed Scrooge's beloved sister in his childhood. That was the whole reason why he never wanted to love again in his life, was after she died. They went there, and I think this is actually the first time ever in a cartoon version that I've seen one touch on that particular detail. It's been too long since I've read the book to remember 100% if that was actually a thing, or did Hanna-Barbera just throw this in as like a little extra thing? I don't know, but I want to say that was actually in the original story. Like, again, I'm sure someone will correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but if it is, this is legit the very first time I've ever seen one do it. So I was kind of impressed there. I was like, damn, look at them go. Alright. Okay. I'll sit down and shut up with my criticisms, but of those criticisms, there are still many, so... But it's not so much with the actual play part as it is with just, what the fuck, Fred, what the fuck? And on so many of the details that don't make sense, because now we are back in the logic of, oh, we have modern technologies without explaining how they're happening in caveman times. Again, in the 93 version, we went back to showing the animals that are running the things, but in this one, nah, not so much. So it's like, oh, alright, we're back at that. Okay. I don't know why it bothers me when they don't go into that logic. I don't know if it's that I'm just easily amused and like the gag whenever they explain it, but yeah, it bugs me when they don't go there, yet they have this stuff that is so clearly modern devices that should not be existing in the first place in caveman times, yet they have them, and they aren't explaining how they work. It bothers me. It bothers me so effing much. But what can you do? Time constraints, they can't include it all, I know. That is literally the smallest of my problems here. I think just Fred's attitude through the whole fucking thing, like, by the end of the damn movie, I'm sitting there like, holy shit, are Fred and Wilma gonna get a divorce? What the fuck, dude? She has had it with his shit. She is, like, ready to walk. Oh my god. Dude. This is why I'm like, this feels like, I know that Fred, like, can be a dick. I know that he can be selfish, but usually he's not this bad. And usually Wilma's not quite this at the end of her rope of I'm so done with his crap. So I'm just like, this just feels uncomfy now. Like, which one of the writers on the team for this special was going through a divorce or some shit when this was being written? Like, oh my god, dude, like, it is so uncomfy. But, this is why I feel so conflicted in trying to figure out how I'm gonna rate this one, because for the actual play parts of it, for the actual retelling of the Christmas Carol story, it is pretty true to the original, but it's everything else that just fucks it up. So I'm like, do I need to give it 2 different ratings? But no, no. It's tricky. It's really tricky trying to figure out where to rate this one, because it defies logic in a lot of directions. Like, obviously I want to rate it highly for its retelling of the Christmas Carol story, but I also want to rate it low for literally everything else. So I might have to just split the difference and go middle of the road on this one, and just give it a 3 out of 5, which feels like I'm being damn generous on this one to even give it that 3, but what they did right, they did really right. But what they did wrong, boy, did they get it wrong. So, I don't know. It's a mixed bag. It's an interesting watch, I'll give it that, but just, I don't know, the weird tone to the whole thing just throws it for me. So, anyways, that is it for this one, guys. So, as usual, you know what to do. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like. If you're not already and you'd like to be, click subscribe, hit that notification bell icon so you never miss an upload. Leave comments down below. Make sure you're following my social media accounts, my Facebook fan page, my Twitter, my Instagram, everything and more. It's all down below. And if you like what I do here on this channel and you'd like to help support it, the donation link, as always, is down in the description. Anyway, guys, till next time, bye-bye.